Hi everyone, and welcome to 2022 and welcome to Living Low Carb with Becky. I am so excited to have you here, and I'm also looking forward to all the new members that will be coming. Speaking of, at the end of the video, please click on the description below. When you click on the description below, there will be other links to other people that are trying to influence people's lives as well, whether it be low carb or keto. We even have a person that's pretty much carnivore, but we are all on a low carb journey, and we're all trying to help everybody have the best you possible. So at the end of the video, make sure you click down into the links below so that you can go visit their pages and maybe subscribe to them too. And I would love you to subscribe to my page as well. I also have a page on Facebook, also called Living Low Carb with Becky. So if you type in Living Low Carb with Becky, you can find me on both YouTube and on Facebook. Okay, let's get started. It is 2022. A lot of us are in for that new year, new you. And a lot of people's first thing is, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. Let me tell you that if that is your goal, you can lose weight, but you will probably gain it back. And the reason is your focus is slightly off. Why do you want to lose weight? Look internally. For me, just a little story on me is I have chronic kidney disease, and I got to the point where my water weight was high and I was over 200 pounds. And I had done everything. I had done Weight Watchers, I had done high intensity cardio, I had done calorie counting, anything and everything that my doctors and my nephrologist said I was doing, and it wasn't working. And had a big talk to, I'll be honest with you, had a big talk to, and it was like, do you want to be around to watch your daughter grow up, to watch your grandchildren? And of course, my answer is yes, I do. So we tried something different, and I actually went through a medical program. So what I will tell you is I am low carb, but I will also tell you it is backed by science. So I went and I met with doctors. I started off every other week, then monthly, etc. And I have lost over 60 pounds and have kept it off. I've been maintaining for 6 months. I will say I stopped my weight loss about 8 months ago, but I've been maintaining as in within 1 pound for 6 months, which is awesome because they give you a 5-pound leeway. The first couple months I would ebb and flow about 3, but I've got it down to literally a 1 pound leeway. So pretty good on the maintenance now. The cool thing about all of this is, guys, all of my labs are normal. As a person with kidney disease, I was not running normal labs. I was low potassium, low vitamin D. A lot of my numbers, my creatinine, which is your kidney function, was way too low. And I only have one. I don't have 2 kidneys anymore. I have one due to my disease. And I was doing anything and everything. And I just had my doctor's appointment the other day, and I am normal in every area. And I went from a stage 4 kidney disease a year ago to stage 3 about 6 months ago. I am now stage 2. So I am reversing my kidney disease. And my goal was weight loss, but my goal was to live a long life and enjoy. So yes, looking in the mirror was great, but my goal was bigger than just the weight. My goal was to make me as healthy as I can, to be around for as long as I can. Your motivation needs to be more than the number on the scale, and you will be fine. If you have a goal of getting your sugar levels under control, you're diabetic, low carb lifestyle is great. There's no sugar in it. Having said that, if your goal is to get to a certain level and then taper off, you'll go back to being diabetic. If your goal is to lower your number and then stay diabetic free, you've got the right mindset. Same with cardiovascular disease and any number of things. The doctor that I did was actually a heart doctor. And so there was a misconception I had going into this. A lot of people hear that low carb, keto, paleo, Mediterranean, lots of those types of program that, oh my goodness, your heart's gonna really damage. And I will say there can be truth to that, but there can be false to that. It really depends on how you cook your food. There is a thing as too much fat. There is a thing as too much sodium. But if you learn how to cook correctly, I will tell you, when I first started my numbers, my sodium count was slightly high, but that's because my body wasn't used to it. When you switch to pink Himalayan sea salt and you stick with what you're supposed to eat, the amount of fat you're supposed to put and everything, fat burns fat. And low carb, you don't have the sugar, so you're not storing. And it is a great tool for weight loss. And they did EKGs on me the entire process, and my heart is also healthier now. So I don't want that to be a deterrent for you, because believe it or not, over time my numbers have normaled out and they're all normal. So I can get you to the weight you want to be. I can get you to be gluten-free. That's another thing. We're not doing much with gluten as far as, now if you're keto, carnivore, you're not doing pretty much gluten at all. I'm low carb. I have smidges now that I'm maintaining. While you're losing, you're gonna stay away. Let's be honest about this from the get-go. I don't want you to have the almond flours, the artificial sweeteners, some of the desserts that I have on my YouTube channel. Not until it is safe to do so. When you are first starting, you need to be pretty strict with your diet, as was I. When you get to 20 pounds, 25 pounds or less left to lose, or your numbers balance out to normal if you're diabetic, or you've got your gluten resistance under control, that's when you can start to add those lovely desserts. Until then, you need to be cooking those savory foods and eating correctly, and just know that you got to do that sugar detox. Sugar's not a friend to your body. It just isn't in any lifestyle. Will you be able to cheat occasionally? Yeah. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You'll be able to have that piece of cake. You'll be able to have that dessert, that occasional piece of pizza. But you have to know when to do it, and you have to be able to be strong enough in your why, what you're doing, that literally the next day you're back on the program. At the beginning of the program, we're at the beginning of the year, there is no cheating. None. You have to want this bad enough. You have to want to live bad enough. You have to want to survive long enough, and I promise it will work. As far as some go-to meals, some of the things that if I didn't have a recipe and I was tired for the evening, you always need a protein. So 4 to 6 ounces. If you have less than 20 pounds to lose or you're maintaining, you only need about 4 ounces. If you've got 50 to 60 pounds or more to lose, you need about 6 ounces of protein. So let me just start there from the get-go. So your protein, your meat, whatever your meat is. And yes, you can also do this vegetarian based. Look at your proteins. There's a lot of good vegetarian foods out there. Just your proteins have to be there. 2 to 2.5 cups of veggies at every meal, and berries in moderation. So I might take a piece of steak, put a little slab of butter in the pan, literally get a food scale, and you measure before you cook, guys. Some people say measure after. I will tell you, because I did this with a doctor, measure before. You put your 4 ounces in the pan, meat is going to shrivel up a little bit. That's fine. You cook it in a little bit of the healthy fats. Kerrygold butter, olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. Using your omega-3, stay away from vegetable oil, stay away from canola oil. You want your healthy fats, okay? Healthy fats. Your veggies, please stick to low carb veggies. There's a ton on, there's on Google, you can do a Google image on approved meats, on approved veggies, on approved berries. If you're on my Facebook page, I actually have a file listed of all of those. But maybe a servings of Brussels sprouts or some cauliflower, but season it up, make it Italian, and add some garlic and oregano and roast the veggies and pile that high on your plates. And then eat about 4 times a day, breakfast, lunch, snack in the afternoon, dinner, and then stop if you're losing weight. After dinner, put a pause on your diet until the next day. You need 12 hours of intermittent fasting minimum. Some people do 16-8. I will tell you, I think that's on the high side. You really only need 12 hours in order to burn fat. Once again, this is all stuff coming from my doctor, but if you can do 12 hours and then break your fast with bacon and eggs, break your egg bites. They're great. You can buy them pre-made at the store. You can instant pot them and have 7 egg bites in one. 2 a day is 1 serving, things like that. Omelets, sausage, things like that. Start your day off with a good protein. Easy to go to. Get yourself a salad base and use different meats, different days. You have a hamburger patty that's left over. Cut that up, add some cheese, add some ranch dressing, and you have a cheeseburger salad. Caesar salads, chef salads with your eggs and your cheese and your meat and then your veggies. But make sure you're doing full fat dressings and make sure you're not going over 2 tablespoons because dressings will kill you. Make sure you're monitoring that. Afternoon snacks, keep it easy. Slim Jims. I carry the mini Slim Jims with me. Sugar-free Jell-O. I have a thing of almond butter. 2 tablespoons of almond butter is a serving. Make sure you buy no sugar added peanut butter. Things like that. Once again at dinner, put your meat and your veggies in, and then a couple times a week, add some spritz of cheese, add some berries, and you're good to go. Lots of people love coffee. Stick with things like stevia instead of, do not use artificial. Stay away from sucralose, aspartame, Splenda. Those are all very bad on the gut. There's tons of articles. Stick with natural. Stick with stevia, stick with monk fruit, allulose, swerve, better than sugar. There's a lot of varieties out there that are made from plants. There are 0 carbs and 0 sugar. So use those. Really, and then drink a lot of fluid. You need to flush the fat. So first things first, put a protein at every meal, put a veggie at every meal, add healthy fat. That's your bare minimum. Then a couple times a week, throw in 6 strawberries, a handful of blueberries, just a little bit, a couple times a week. And then throw in things for snacks like sugar-free Jell-O, sugar-free popsicles, peanut butter, celery with the peanut butter on it. It does not have to be complicated. People think it has to be complicated. It does not. And then feel free to follow any of my recipes on here as well. Just remember that my dessert recipes are truly meant for those that are within that 20 pounds or at moderation, because when you add almond flours and coconut flours and you start adding in those baking chips, you are going to slow down your weight loss, and you need to know that from the get-go. It's not that they can't be in there, but they need to be in there later. Okay, it's like it's a phasing process, which I explain on my Facebook page. It's a phasing. Phase 1 is very strict. Phase 2, we start to add some things, and phase 3, we add some more, and we go into moderation land. And we can continue to talk about that. If you know that you want to be a better you, if you want to live longer for your family, if you want to be healthier, yes, there's a wonderful goal in weight loss that will happen. But your why needs to be strong enough to make it happen, so that when you go to a friend's house, you won't cheat. You'll go to a grocery store and bring some snacks to your friend's house, or your friend will accommodate and say, let me bring part of the meal, or maybe they'll help cook a meal. If they love you enough, they'll do it. They'll do it. And if you love yourself enough, you'll make sure you go to a friend's house. That will help keep you on par, or you'll bring what you need. Okay, stay in a judgment-free zone. Don't have people looking down on you for those things. Stay in a judgment-free zone. Eat clean, eat healthy. Keep your carb content low. I will heavily advise getting an app. I use Carb Manager. I've used to use Atkins. I stick with the free. You literally plug in your weight, what you want to be, and whether or not you're low carb, you're keto, you plug in your lifestyle, and it will tell you how many carbs, how many calories, and it gives you a lever. And you want to be near the middle of that lever every day on you want to meet your proteins. You don't have to meet your fats, guys. Fat is a lever, but you do not have to meet your fats at all. You can, but protein is your number one. And you want to make sure that your carbs are low enough that you are losing weight. So 20 to 30 carbs for people that are 50 to 60 pounds or higher. I am maintaining at 40 pounds or 40 pounds, 40 carbs. But that's a weight gain for people that are starting the diet. When I started the diet, I was 20 to 23 carbs a day. So sometimes my calorie was 1500, sometimes my calories were 1800 because I was looking more at the carbs and I was looking more at the fat and the protein going in my body. Don't let calories be your end all be all. Put it all in balance. Measure your carbs, measure your calories. So you can do this. Make your why strong enough. Eat a breakfast, eat a lunch, eat a healthy snack, eat a dinner. Then stop. Have water until the next day. Let your breakfast be a break. Fast and do it all over again. It will go down. Walking is one of the best things you can do right now for weight loss. You can add in weights later. Okay, guys, you can add in weights later. But yeah, walking for weight loss, and you will see that it will come. And hydrate, but hydrate on 0-calorie hydrating. Get the milk out. Take your coffee and add a sugar-free packet of Splenda. You can even do flavored coffees. They make flavored drops. You can buy flavored coffees that don't have anything in it. You just add your stevia and you add either half and half or heavy cream or almond milk. Almond milk is also okay. Regular milk, take a look at it. The carbs are too high for you. They just are. So if you are into this, I will help you and I want to help you. And so do these other people. So make sure you click below on the description and make sure you go to their pages too. We would love you to all subscribe to us. And we look forward to a wonderful 2022. If you want to make that lifestyle change and you're all in, I know I can help you and I know they can too. So welcome to 2022. You've got this. All right. Until the next time, which will be a cooking video. All right. Take care, everybody.